Happy Wednesday, AP. Today's work is going to center primarily around our Gulliver's Travels material that we covered in our textbook. I have not made a review video for our virtual students and those students who have been in quarantine, so this will be a review for those of you who have been in class, and it might be something new for those who have not been in class. But we also have a 5 steps to a 5 exercise that comes from the passage that we have in our textbook. And so that's what we're going to do today. If you have not read the Gulliver's Travels selection in the textbook, it begins, well, we have an introduction to Jonathan Swift himself on page 439. So make sure you read that. And then our book gives us a review of Gulliver's Travels, really an introduction of Gulliver's Travels itself and how it applies to the politics of the day. That's on page 440, so make sure you read that as well. And then our Gulliver's Travels selection in our textbook starts on page 441, 442, 443, 444, and the top of 445. And then we have 4 comprehension check questions about that. One of the major elements that Swift is satirizing in this particular passage is the conflict between the English and the French, especially as far as the Protestant Church of England versus the Catholic Church in France, and how many conflicts erupted because of the differences in religion. Now, Jonathan Swift was an Anglican priest, but he grew up among the Irish Catholics and really loved those people. And so he presents much more of a moderate attitude. And so in his satire, Gulliver's Travels, in this section we have in our book, he overemphasizes how silly sometimes differences in opinion really are. And that is the section about the egg. The Lilliputians and the Blefuscuans worship the egg, but they differ on which end of an egg to break in order to eat a hard-boiled egg. And so holy wars have erupted because of this silliness. And of course, as Reldersel, the principal secretary who's talking to Gulliver, says, their holy book actually says to break the egg at the more convenient end. So neither group really had it right. They really weren't going by what their holy book said. So read that passage that you have in your textbook. And then our comprehension check questions, look those over. I believe I've assigned those already on some of our daily summaries, but let's take a quick look at those. So turn to page 445. If you have not finished reading your Gulliver's Travels in your textbook, please do that first. And then come back and we'll go over these comprehension check questions, okay? So I'll give you a moment to pause the video, to read your selection, and then come back. We're going to save our 5 steps exercise to the end this time rather than have it at the beginning, okay? All right, so supposedly you've read your Gulliver's Travels selection. Let's take a quick look on page 445 at our comprehension check questions. Number 1, after Gulliver is freed from captivity, what is his first request? His first request after he was freed was to be permitted to see Mildindo the metropolis. 2, how does the Empress react when she sees Gulliver looking through her window? Oh, she smiles graciously and she sticks her hand out for Gulliver to kiss. 3, what issue leads to the war between the great empires of Lilliput and Blefuscu? The issue is which end of an egg should be broken. And then 4, what preparations for war has Blefuscu completed? They have a fleet of ships and are planning to attack. All right, so it won't take you very long to go through your Gulliver's Travels selection, but this is simply showing how a satire can, as an allegory really, present itself as a surface level story, but underneath the level, there's some criticism about society. Now, the part in your 5 steps to a 5 book that you have online and should be working with, the Gulliver's Travels part starts on page 57. That is passage 6 under British fiction. It goes on to page 58 at the very top of 59 for the reading. And then the questions are number 232 through 248. And this will show you how a passage that we have in our textbook, how it's translated into AP-style questions. So it's a very good match right there as well. So make sure you do that exercise. Now, you can either do this next part at the very beginning or save it to the end, but we do have a couple of AP Daily videos to assign today. Both of these AP Daily videos use Jamaica Kincaid's very strangely constructed, very, very short story called Girl. I have a link to Girl on AP Classroom on that list of works that I've given you that are used in the AP Daily videos. Read Girl first. It won't take you very long to read the whole thing, but you'll see it's a stream of consciousness style of writing. Then, our AP Daily videos are AP Daily Unit 4, Skill 4B, numbers 1 and 2. So there are 2 AP Daily videos, Unit 4, Skill 4B, 1 and 2, that go along with Jamaica Kincaid's Girl. And make sure that you watch the videos there. So, 3 main things. 1, review Gulliver's Travels in the textbook. Look at your comprehension check questions. 2, look at the 5 steps exercise on basically the same passage of Gulliver's Travels. Do those questions. Check your answers carefully. And number 3, do your 2 AP Daily videos on Unit 4, Skill 4B. All right? Have a good Wednesday.